So yeah, I understand that. Speaking of information, what would you say there's something you know about men today that you didn't know 5 years ago in terms of dating men?
Today. It's very interesting. I was having a conversation with someone and they was telling me how men treat their women as a project.
Interesting.
So that was something I was like, oh, that's actually true.
Like a project.
So meaning as though like when a man meets a girl, he wants to sculpt her into something better. So he would help her maybe with her mannerisms or the way she dresses or her business. But there's men out there that genuinely they treat, the saying a woman is a trophy, but they want to sculpt that trophy. So that's something I learned. Like men genuinely do care about what their woman is portraying themselves as, if that means, and whether it represents them.
Men do care about how a woman portrays herself, because if he's in a relationship with her, then it represents him. I don't know how common it is that men are trying to sculpt women today. I think back in the day for sure, especially because it was very common that a 32-year-old man would be marrying a 19-year-old girl. So back in the day for sure, he would mold her into the woman that he wants her to be. Nowadays, I'm not sure how common that is, because I think I'm just talking for me. If I met a young woman, and she didn't have certain qualities or that I would choose for a relationship, I wouldn't say, okay, I'm going to work with her. I'd just be like, well, that's just not the woman for me. I'll just choose someone else who does. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, interesting. But I have heard that. I think that's maybe if there's a really significant age gap where he's the man and she's almost like a girl to him. Do you know what I mean?
So when you meet a girl, say even like you do like her, is there not like certain things where you're like, we can fix this, babe, or we can work on that? Or is it just, you know what you found and it's perfect for you?
Not that it's... No one's perfect. I would say that I think men are we're more accepting.
Okay.
I think. I think the list that men look for a relationship is very small, but those things are very significant. If she brings those things, other things we're willing to compromise on.
What's on that list? I'm curious. I mean, I have my idea, but in case I've missed something, what's on the list?
Well, what do you think it is? And I'll tell you what I think.
I would say someone who is, just calm, not very like argumentative. Someone who knows how to cook. Someone who is good looking and fit for sure. And what else do you guys care about? Someone who's good in bed. And what else? Someone who's like a good energy, good vibe, almost like one of the mandem, but like,
the feminine side.
Just a feminine side.
I'd say someone that we're attracted to, somebody who is nurturing, and warm to be around, someone who is peaceful for us.
How important is attraction to men? Sorry to stop you.
Yeah, go on. How important is physical attraction?
Yeah, physical attraction. Because I know it's very serious for men, but like from you two, like what would you say? Because I only grew up with sisters, so a lot of things about men I'm kind of just learning like now. But like, how important is it to you? Like a woman's size, her feet, her ass, how big is her bum? Like, do those things really matter, or is it just social media that like gasses it?
Okay. I think social media makes it seem way more important than it actually is. We're talking long term, right? Someone to invest in long term. I think social media makes it seem way more important than it actually is. But it is important to men in a sense that he does have to look at you and be like, I want to have sex with you.
Okay, yeah.
Like, he has to be attracted to you. That is important. Men will compromise on looks to go up in personality for a relationship. Okay. So, for example, if we're saying, if we're rating people out of 10, which people do, I'm just saying this to make a point. A guy would, if he's got a girl who's a quote unquote, she's a 9 out of 10, but she's very difficult to be around, or a girl who's a 7 out of 10, but she's pleasant to be around, he would take her every time.
Really? The 7 out of 10?
For a relationship?
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
Yeah, because like you if he's had experience, the infatuation of her beauty and attraction fades. Yeah. Not that you wouldn't stop being attracted to her, but the point where you're like, oh my gosh, she's so freaking gorgeous and I have to do anything to be with her. Once you're with her over a certain amount of time, you acclimatize to that. We all acclimatize to it. It's like when you buy a brand new car, You're pulling out in the whip for the first 2 months. Look at me in my new whip, everything. Once you've had it for 2 years, you're like, yeah, I love my car, but I'm not out here just like trying to take it out.
Gassed over it.
Do you know what I mean? So, but personality, that is what is determines the longevity of the relationship. Is attraction important to men? Yes, it is. But men so what I was going to say is men have lower standards for attraction, I think, than women do.
Oh, do you think so?
For sex.
Okay.
Yeah, for sex.
Okay.
I think men are, you know when someone says hypergamy?
Yeah.
You know what that means, right?
No, I actually don't.
Oh,
I'll hear it every day on the podcast, but never know what it means.
Okay. So hypergamy basically means wanting to choose someone on your level or higher.
Okay.
So they say that women are naturally hypergamous by nature.
Yeah.
They want to choose a man who is her economic financial level or above. So if you have a car, you want to choose a man who has his own car. If you've bought your own place, you want a guy who's his
has
or
a bigger
more,
place,
right?
Yep.
I think men are hypergamous when it comes to looks.
Okay.
In the sense that he wants a woman who's at least his level of attractiveness or above.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Most guys that I know, their girls are always like 10 times more good looking.
Yes.
And I've seen situations myself where I've seen a guy like he might like a girl. This is like one of my secondary school examples, but one friend, like this guy, he definitely liked the girl, but because she wasn't like conventionally that pretty, he went for the other girl who was pretty, but her personality was just very dry.
How old was he?
Oh, we was in year 11.
Oh, he's not looking to settle down. So yeah, he's going to choose that.
But when it comes to settling down, men will care more about personality and things like that.
Yes, if he is a man who has had a level of experience with different women, for sure. Because sometimes some guys, because most men struggle to get women out here. If he gets to a point in his life where he attracts a gorgeous woman, because it's the first one, he feels like he has to hold on to her and accept her no matter what. If it's a guy who has had some experience with women, when it comes to a point where he's ready to settle down, yes, he will compromise on looks to go up in personality 100%. He still has to be attracted to her, don't get me wrong. But yeah, she doesn't have to be blah blah blah. She has to be like someone like, oh, I'm attracted to her, but she's amazing to be around.
It's good that you said that, because I don't think a lot of women understand this. Women put so much time and investment into their looks because they think that's what men only care about, but they don't realize that when it comes to that stage of settling down, like you said, all of that kind of goes through the window. So it's good that you said that. Women, I hope you're paying attention, because brains is I feel like it would take you a lot for I feel like brains and your spirit and your energy will make you more beautiful than what you already are. But
I completely agree. One thing for me, like, I find emotional intelligence very attractive. So
when you say emotional intelligent, like, what do you mean? Because I have my idea of what that means, emotional intelligence. What do you mean by that?
I mean, so once she's emotionally aware of her own emotions, and she's able to communicate that effectively. There's a level of emotional maturity that comes with that. But also it's also about being able to understand other people's emotions, even when those people are not directly communicating that. So being like, okay, well, maybe this person is like this because of this, even where somebody else might just be like, this person's acting so erratic, like what's wrong with them? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would define it. How would you define it?
I was gonna say someone that like knows how to read the room. That's what I was gonna say, as someone 100%. That can like read the room and understand, okay, this person's acting this way because of this, or this one's acting this way because he's been through that. That's what I thought. But you're
absolutely right.
I think I missed out the part when you meant like internally as well, being able to be accountable with yourself and how you're feeling. So yeah, that's important as well.